Hello, my name is Brian, this is Football Manager 22, and we're back in Liga, and it's time for me to start babbling on with another video that may or may not be broadcast. It's near the end of the year, so with that said, it kind of gives away maybe a little bit of something, but let's still take a look at the club vision screen. They're happy with how we play soccer, they're unhappy we haven't signed U23s, we're working within the payroll budget, we've done better than fight bravely as relegation, we still made the second round of the Copa del Rey, and we are repairing the club's financial damage. Overall, A plus performance. Everybody's happy with everything. Finances, again, continue to look good. Maybe a little leveling off. Last month we only brought in 67,000 for some reason, but perhaps we just only played like one home game or something, and that would do it. But so by this rate, we might actually be out of the red very soon. So how does this reflect on our competitions? Well, we are now sitting in solo second. As you can see, our recent form has been very good. 4 wins, 1 draw. Pretty easy slate of games. We are 4 points back of Malaga and first overall, and we are 5 points ahead of Real V, Valladolid. It feels so clunky every single time I say it. Real V, we have a lot less losses, we have a lot more draws, same number of wins, in the end 5 more points. We actually close our year with Real V, but that's not what we're on the schedule right now. Right now we are on the schedule for Real Oviedo. And it's a quote unquote a little early to be recording this, it seems like, but we're 5 points clear. So if we win this one against Real Oviedo, that would take us to if we win this, and Real V doesn't have a good result, then we could put ourselves more than 6 points ahead, which is more than they can make up over the last 2 games, and would clinch promotion to La Liga in 3 quick years. So that's why we're recording this, just in case that happens. We'll have to keep an eye on what Real V is doing. Do they even have a game on the 26th? They do. Okay, they're playing Cadiz. Home game. Cadiz is in 13th, so a pretty average team. This loss against Elche really set them back. But when things are so tight, any loss will set you back. We haven't had a loss since Speak of the Devil at Real Oviedo in the second round of the Copa del Rey, which is our opponents here and now. We are currently kind of decimated by injuries. It's not good. Mohamed Hosseini, our starting left back, has a broken toe and will be out 2 to 5 weeks. Omar El Badouli has a twisted ankle and will be out 2 to 4 weeks. And the worst news that we just got, like literally 2 days ago, is Chadi Riyad tore his ACL. The center back that we managed to buy away from Barcelona for $0 up front has torn his ACL. That he'd been developing well. He came in as either a 3 and 3.5 star. Now he's up to a 4 star. Still potentially has that elusive 5th star, but yeah, that ACL injury is going to just start draining his stats and quickly. His bravery already has gone way down due to the injury. Still 21, so it still had plenty of time to develop. It's frustrating. So it's 3 of our 4 starting, backline players are all injured, and we don't carry a deep squad. One thing we did do in the winter transfer window is, it's nice. Again, the Salisbury save, for whatever reason, broke deadline day, because there wasn't a deadline day, I guess, in England when it sucked out all the rules. But so we have deadline day. So I got deadline day, and I was, not planning on doing anything necessarily, but I was scouting around. And, the thing is, you try to loan in a player early in the window, and the teams will try and get you to pay their entire salary. But on deadline day, 3 hours away from deadline, they really just want to get a player out to play some soccer regularly. So they'll give you a much better deal. And so so with Ruben Del Campo not eligible to play in La Liga Smart Bank because of his awful contract situation, we don't have a true backup striker. So Bashir Mohammed here comes from Valencia. He makes about $345,000 a year. We said we'll pay you 10% of that, so 35.5K for the year. Except we're only paying him for half the year. So really, we're like $17,000. Give us a backup striker. Perfectly fine in my sense. Perfectly fine for me. He has been very good for us. 4 starts, 5 subs. 4 goals, 3 assists. Just very effective. He's very much a poacher, though we're playing with an advanced forward. It says his stats are fine there as well. But he's passing the 10, but his vision's a 5. Like, he's very much a finisher, not a creator for others, but he's good enough. Ganian. So, very happy with that. But right now, yeah, we are playing Rigura and Navarro, who are technically youth players off the bench. How do you still have that much potential, but you just don't have any current ability? You're unambitious, right? So we really only have one substitute at kind of each level. We're actually playing Jose Antonio Gonzalez back at left back, so we can play Ndaya at center back. We could play Parla there instead. I'm not sure what the correct call is. Ngong, Njuin, Zellalem in the middle, Sanyang, Jorginho on the wings, and Hernandez up top. So yeah, we're going to be much more limited in options than usual, but that's the way it be. I'm sorry. Well, that was the Saturday slate of games we were still getting through. Holland's out for 5 months in this game. The EPL cheers. I mean, no one cheers an injury, but everyone cheers for that injury. That man's a monster, just dominates your league. Barcelona B is in danger of getting sent down. Theoretically, I guess that could matter to us if we stay in this league, because then Barcelona might be more inclined to loan more players to us instead of sending them to the B team, because we'd be playing higher level competition. Or maybe not, but hopefully let's get promoted and break our link with Barcelona. So yeah, Real V plays Cadiz. In the morning, so we'll already know the result of that one. So I guess I might end up... Okay, and there it is. Cadiz upset Real V. So we are 5 points clear. A draw would make us 6 points clear. Is a draw good enough? We drew with Real V before. They'd need to beat us here. If the first tiebreak is head-to-head results, then they would get in on the win and the draw. Now, it'd be very hard for them. They need to win both of their last 2. We need to lose both of our last 2 after drawing Real Oviedo. But, yeah. So, that's where we're at. If we win our match against Real Oviedo, we get promoted. They're playing a 4-4-2. Again, this is the standard lineup we are playing. The wings are a little weak, as usual, but they've been effective enough. Balde is not match sharp because El Badooli's been playing a lot of the games, but El Badooli is out, so Balde's going to have to get ready for this final stretch run. Alright, boys. Let's do this. And this is a road trip, so that's why there's actually people in the stands. Razzing our own fans. After Kamara finished his stint in goal in the mid-season, he graciously accepted backup status, so he hasn't come asking for more playing time since, and we've been able to play Ballesta, who's just generally had a better performance. We will be in our red and black, and Oviedo will be in the blues. That's how they got us last time, is they confused us by being in the blues. Gonzalez hits it and plays it back to Ballesta, up to Ndaya, up to Ngong, back out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez having a bit of a run, do a good job cutting him off. We play the youngest Senyang, who does have a step. Center back cuts off his good path, does make the end line, plays out a defender, and we'll take the corner. Riyadh had a goal last time, has 4 in the year. Owona does have 4 or 5. And I'd say he plays more. He's played more left back for us than center back, though he is capable of positions. That was a lousy throw in. Really should have gone nearer instead of far. They're away, because possessions 9/10 of the law and 11/10 of the game. Ball's played long to Martos. Boys are going to get there, but the question is he going to get off a good pass? Not really. Plays it back to Sengali and back to Lorea. Chips to the other side. Senyang gets in the way, but doesn't really do much to impact it. Now chasing Oreso as he tries to get to the end line. Ball is played across to Sengali, who heads it, but just so far, this is going to be weak. Both teams have one very ineffective shot so far. Oreso with throw-in. He also makes a mistake on the throw-in, and we are the ones who come away with this time. Senyang looking for an opportunity, passes it out to Njuin. Njuin into Ngong. Ngong plays it long for Iker Hernandez. Hernandez with the step and the laser blast, his 29th goal of the year. It's Iker Hernandez. I don't know. It's a little unfair, it feels like, that we got Iker Hernandez, Jose Antonio Gonzalez, and Paul Balleste on our starting roster down in the 4th tier, and all 3 of them are signed with us to play, knock on wood, up into La Liga. They're not just 3 very good players at that level. Now, again, Malia was actually a 3rd-tier team the year before. They actually got relegated the year before we picked up the save. So it's not surprising that they had a bit more talent than, say, an average team. But, it's been nice. Senyang plays it forward to Hernandez again. He does have a step again. Oh, just slides it outside. 30th minute, we're in position again. I'd like to see that. Balde with a throw it in to ZLM. Balde thought somebody was going to make a run. They didn't. Luckily, they're clear. Doesn't really go anywhere. Awona does pull it away from the sideline and then passes it into Ngong. Ngong up to ZLM. Looking, finds Hernandez. And Joeen making a late run. Sanyang trying to create a space for him, but not really. But there's another opportunity. Sanyang to Hernandez with his 30th goal of the year. Iker Hernandez going to get us promoted. Still keeping a slight Spanish heritage on the team. Hernandez, Gonzalez, and Balleste. Sergio Parla, who's currently one of our rotation center backs, and on the bench for this game, is one of the other Spanish players, but his contract is up, and he's already made it clear he's leaving on a free when we did not tender a offer to him. Though, I suppose that could have changed thought processes since Chatty Riyadh went down with his ACL tear and won't be available basically at least the first half of next year. Maybe even more. But we did sign Awona to a new contract as well. So he will continue to be, for one more year, he will be a center back / U19's coach. Ball's played in. Balleste tips it over the top. Pinchy outbreaker, and heads it away, and Hernandez is going to be the first one there, initiating a long and slow counterattack. Sure, we will press whoever you want me to press. Done. Gonzalez throws in to Sanyang. Is going to play it into Njuin, and then back to Gonzalez. Out to Sanyang, who's looking for end line. No, finds Njuin, though. Had some space, but just kind of a blast over the net. And we'll reinitiate with Awona. Plays it up to Ngong and back to Ndaya. Ndaya back to Awona. Yeah, all the way back to Balleste. Smart move. Balleste doesn't like any of his options, just plays it long. Unfortunately, Marin comes away with it. They reverse field a little bit. Costas up to Larea. Out to Martos. Up to Sengali. Double team. Gets the interception. Balde plays it forward to Hernandez. Plays it back to Njuin. Kind of give and go with ZLM, but ZLM didn't make enough of a break to get on it, and Nadal grabs it up. Goes with a long punt. Borja heads it to Sengali. Balde with a good slide tackle. Oh, what? We're reviewing that? That was clean. It was, of course, was not clean. I mean, it seemed clean. There's lots of pointing, bouncing. No cartwheels. No penalty. They're going to give him a penalty. Oh, no penalty. Huzzah! Balde plays up to Hernandez to ZLM to Jorginho. Finds Balde now. Yep. Uncovered on the edge. Balde lays it back to Jorginho. Plays it into Hernandez. Hernandez was offsides there. But hey, the run of play doesn't end up going anywhere, and so we don't have to deal with the offsides flag. Gonzalez here, throw in on the near side. Enjuin to Senyang. Senyang to Gonzalez. Gonzalez into Enjuin. And finds Senyang, who has a step. Unfortunately, that's all he has, but does play off a defender, and that grants us a corner. Please, yep, ZLM here, take it. Awona heads it off of the woodwork. Sad day, but, you know, do what we do. And here we are, halftime. 2-goal lead. Performance has been very good. I'm just curious, like, where's the real Oviedo that just kind of put us to the sword in the Copa de Real? It just seems like a very different team. Hernandez takes the opening kick and plays it back to Ngong, who plays it back to Ndaya, plays it up to Njoin. Looking for Sanyang along the sideline and does find him. A bit of a run the end line, no, but lays it back to Njoin. Ngong and up to Njoin. Gets bumped as he goes for a big swing and completely misses the ball and gets dispossessed. Larea on their side of the pitch picks up the first yellow card. Is their center midfielder, a ball-winning midfielder. So that's good. That's a guy who's often going to be tackling, and they didn't pull him off there. So there's a potential. Oh, Frank Ngong! He says, let's close this door. The defensive midfielder with the rocket from the top of the box. And he scored like 2 of those last year, but that's about all. He doesn't score much. Obviously, this is the first of his year, but sometimes he just goes and blasts it. And finds the net. All right. Yep. Things are looking shiny. Do a good job chasing down and closing down there. And we'll get a corner out of it. Looks like it'll be an in-swinger here from Larea. Easily headed out by Awona, and Hernandez might be the first one there. Okay, and we will take a corner then. Zelalem finds Awona, but no, not really. Comes out to Ngong, who does get there. Plays it back to Balde. Balde turns and plays it back all the way to Balleste, who plays it over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez and Daya, up to Njuin. Ngong to Zelalem. Can he find Hernandez? He can. Out to Jorginho, and that's a goal. 5th of the year for Jorginho, assuming the whole thing was on sides. I'm not seeing any complaints. Okay, it does look like Hernandez drifted back on sides and probably didn't run himself out of sides. Their right back did a poor job and kept Hernandez on side. I will go ahead and put in Mortala Gay for Senyang, who's the first player who his bar has kind of decreased past the point where I start going, okay, well, he's tired. Substitute won't happen, obviously, right now, but as soon as we get a break in the action, and we will keep an eye on any other substitute opportunities or necessities. Gonzalez has it forward to Sanyang. Sanyang running to the end line. Cross it across. Unfortunately, the header is kind of slow and blooped in. Zelalem looks like he's gassing out. So is Jorginho. Jorginho can probably deal with it. Again, we really have like one substitute on each level. One at the defensive back, one at the center mids, one at the wings, and one at the striker spots. And we used our wing substitute. We could get fancy with the striker and slide one of the strikers back to wing, but I'd rather just have fresh legs in the defense somewhere. Gomez will come in for Zelalem, and okay, Gonzalez is tiring out there at left back, so we'll move Ndaya out to left back, and we'll move Parla in at center back and sit Gonzalez here with our 4-goal lead. So yeah, this went very, very well. We haven't lost since that game against Real Oviedo in the Copa del Rey, and we haven't lost in La Liga Smart Bank action for something like 30 games. It's all wins and draws. Decent amount of draws, but that's a long time not to lose. Boys have forgotten how. Here as we touch the 90th minute with a 4-goal lead and a victory meaning promotion. I thought that putting the restriction of all African and African heritage players on our roster, other than those we keep from our initial roster, would be an impediment due to, it cutting down who we could find to sign. Because there's just so many less options. And yet, we've managed to construct a perfectly cromulent roster that does exactly what we're looking for. And there it is. 4-0. I'm a very happy head coach tonight. I am. I'm so happy. Got a new achievement, National Hero. I'll have to go look up what that one is. With 2 games to play, we are 8 points clear of Real V, and that means, like MC Hammer, they can't touch us. Liga promoted to La Liga Santander. Yep, who saw that coming? Iker Hernandez will get $5,500. Give him that money. Even if he didn't get his 30th goal, which I thought he did. He only has 29 technically on the year. He has 1 in the Copa del Rey. So, can we just pay out that bonus? I'd love to be able to just hey, give him the bonus. Make him happy. It's 5.5K. So, we're going to have money. And it's still nothing compared to anyone else. Payroll budget of just under $8 million and a transfer budget of $12 million. Maybe I'll be able to go pry away. Brilliant work, Ekire. So I haven't found I assume he's sitting in here somewhere. Yeah. So there is. So I haven't found a ton of superstar regens or something that to build the core of my next team or something. These are guys who were tagged. I think Sharon Ador, Diego Moreira, Dario Esugo. They all were tagged as next gen players. That's why I scouted them, and so they're all very good. But the player who wasn't tagged as next gen, but we found was Musa Michael here, 18-year-old Nigerian. He's on loan from Firenze. Firenze is in the second tier of Portuguese soccer, and he's actually playing at the third tier, Alverca, Liga 3B. And he's an either-footed winger, 4-star potential, 4-star current ability, 5-star potential. He's 18. He's got a ton of development time. He's just, I want him so bad. He's still on his youth contract. But with that budget they gave me now, I might have to actually just start stealing away. He has a terrible regen face. I haven't fully swapped out all of the regens yet this year. Again, I don't have the money to afford a scouting package, so my knowledge is limited, so I didn't make it. But once we get a new scouting budget come like June or July for the next year, and I go to a global scouting package, I will make sure to substitute all the regens out for people with real faces. You know, again, Antonio Nusa, I get that he's Norwegian, but he's Norwegian Nigerian. I don't think he's white as the driven snow. Another player I'm keeping an eye on, along with Cisse and Koulibaly, all these young players here. I should get scouts on these too. Scouting Nusa would cost money. So yeah, I really want this kid. Oh, he's interested in a transfer now. Well, we'll make an inquiry. All right. Well, yes, give him to me. He's going to be so good. Thank you so much for joining me. This is a little earlier than I expected to make this video. I was expecting that I'd have to make the video for the game against Real V here. But as you can see, it's all just been green dots and yellow dots, and things are great. So we're getting promoted. Us in Malaga. I will have to go start scouting and looking over Mallorca, Tenerife, and Gijon to see if they have any African heritage players that we can steal away who are relegated. I also needed to check the other big leagues to see if they have any players for us. Top of the league is very boring. Madrid, Barcelona, Villarreal, Atletico. What a surprise. But the surprise is Malia's getting promoted again. How great is that? So thank you so much for joining me. I'd love to hear from you if you have anything to say. And I will be back. Again, probably a bit of a gap here as I have to go through a couple more games to finish out this season and then push through several months of game time, including a massive summer spending extravaganza, though that starts with an E and then an X. Anyways, it's close enough. I hope you have a very lovely day. I just did. And I will try and be back with you very soon. Thanks. Goodbye.